Public Procurement Authority is implementing the Ghana Electronic Procurement System, Ghaneps, to enhance the public procurement process in the country.
Due to the challenges in the public sector when it comes to efficiency and effectiveness in delivering their services, government took it upon itself to utilize technology to make it easier and more effective for public sector institutions to work and deliver on their mandate to the public. So as far back as 2005, with the rolling out of the e-Ghana project through to the e-Transform project, which is its successor, we have sought to utilize technology, digital technology, to improve upon the effectiveness and efficiency of the public sector and enable government to citizen engagement to proceed smoothly. Government is the largest procurer of goods and services, and we've set up the Public Procurement Authority to manage that process for us. There have been challenges in the past with complaints of underhand dealings through the process, and we thought it wise to provide an electronic procurement system for the Public Procurement Authority.
The Ministry of Communications and Digitalization, with support from the World Bank through the e-Transform Secretariat, has been overseeing this implementation.
Ghana, we took our procurement act from the UNCITRAL model law, that's the United Nations Commission on International Trade Laws. And then as part of this process, there's a need for us as a country to continuously seek to transform how we conduct public procurement to ensure greater efficiency, transparency, accountability, and efficient use of public resources. The passage of Ghana's Public Procurement Act in 2003, what we refer to as Act 663, the need for some amendments to be done to incorporate developments that were going on globally. One key one had to do with electronic procurement. And we realized that globally, countries are moving away from the use of paper-based procurement system to the use of an electronic-based procurement system. Ours has now found expression in the amendment to the Act 914/2016 is electronic procurement, which can be specifically found under Section 49 of the Act.
Ghaneps ensures uniformity in procedures, fosters competition, and improves efficiency and transparency in the procurement process.
Ghaneps is an electronic tool that has been implemented to replace the manual way of doing procurement in Ghana. So the system went live in 2019 after 2 years of implementation and all the testing that needs to be done. It was launched by His Excellency the Vice President in April 2019, after which we did a short pilot with 5 entities for 6 months, and then a decision was taken to roll it out to all government entities. So we started by rolling it out to entities in stages. So every month we will gather a number of entities, we will take them through the process, and then we then put them live on the system.
Sincerely, this is one of the most important projects that has been undertaken under this main project and under this ministry, such that if government procurement processes are digitized, first of all, it enhances transparency, it cuts corruption, but it's been projected that this particular platform is saving government close to about $100 million every year or more.
We have identified 660 MMDAs in Ghana that should roll out this procurement system by the end of 2023. So far, 436 institutions have been rolled onto the Ghaneps successfully. To date, 31,000 transactions have been conducted on the Ghaneps system.
Since November 2019, Ghaneps has facilitated over 150 training sessions for at least 400 public institutions. The Public Procurement Authority has strategically put together sensitization, stakeholder engagement, training, post-go-live support, as well as help desk support teams to make it easy for entities to roll on.
The composition of the project team here basically is into 3 We have the onboarding team, then we have the training team, and we have the post-go live support team.
The onboarding has been the first point of call to entities, whereby we do engage entities and inform and let them know about what the whole Ghaneps system and the processes is about.
And also give them the rollout process. We meet with the management of all public entities, have what we call the stakeholders orientation. We give them how far we've come with Ghaneps. Then we tell them the functions, the various functions within the system.
The PGLS team provides close supervision to users of the system. By users, I mean the procurement entities, the suppliers, and the regulators.
So far, a lot of entities have benefited immensely from Ghaneps. Their testimonials attest to this.
Ghaneps has been very beneficial to my office. It has reduced the paperwork that we usually have. It has helped us to have access to a lot of suppliers. We don't need to go looking, or they don't need to come searching for us. Everybody is at one place. So we just go onto the system and then we put our bids out, our tender out there, and then they can have access to it. The advertisement is free. We don't need to pay. Nobody needs to pay anything.
Farmanova has public health concerns so much at heart that we hearing about Ghaneps made us feel so good, because we know through them we are going to serve the masses even more appropriately.
Initially, we had a problem of submitting our tenders because we had to go to the facility. Some of them are very far, but with Ghaneps system now, we just sit at the comfort zone and then submit our tenders. And then also it has made it safer because we can submit our tenders anytime they are out. Even on the first day that the documents are out, we can submit our tenders without any fear of price leakage.
Poland Limited are dealers and suppliers of medical consumables as well as lab consumables, surgical instruments and equipment. Poland Limited has used the Ghaneps app for the last 2 years in tendering processes. We have had the opportunity to use the system to tender documents in the Greater Accra region, the Eastern and the Volta region.
It's been very useful to the supply chain department of the Food and Drugs Authority. And I believe that the brain behind Ghaneps is mostly to ensure accountability, fairness, and transparency. We have launched about 20 contracts on the Ghaneps system. And it's been very beneficial because it helps to reduce the transactional costs in processing procurement activities. And then it has also helped to reduce the errors that comes with the procurement process when you do it manually. When you are doing a manual procurement activities, you need to have a series of meetings, interviews to be able to complete one transactional document. But Ghaneps system has helped that a lot to cut down the meetings and then the tender opening process. You know, it can take you just 5 minutes to do a tender opening on Ghaneps. Whilst when you come to the normal procurement process, this can take you about 5 hours minimum. And then you need to get a lot of people around to be able to do this kind of tender openings. Ghaneps is flexible. You can work everywhere that you find yourself. So my boss call is digital procurement, and it has helped FDA a lot.
Ghaneps has also organized 75 training sessions for service providers consisting of suppliers, consultants, and contractors. Over 2,200 procurement officers and 2,300 management and other staff members of these institutions have been trained, including over 2,200 service providers.
The most important part of it, as part of our core values or our objectives, is to ensure that public procurement is done in a transparent and efficient and fair manner. And that is exactly what this system is going to ensure. Transparency, because that everything that the law mandates all entities to make public will be made public automatically without any other action taken by the entity. All tenders that are published are automatically available to everybody, whether you are a supplier, whether you are just a viewer, whether you are just a guest. You can go on the website and then see all tenders that have been published.
We are hopeful that all public procurement would be initiated and completed on this platform to enable more transparency and accountability to be inbuilt into the public procurement system. It's working well. The feedback that we've got from both the users and the Public Procurement Authority is good, and we're happy that it is performing according to our expectations.
Government is making it open for everybody to see how all the entities or all the government institutions are making use of public funds, which will be publicly available. So these information are not always publicly available, but it's now being made public. Now, in terms of efficiency, when you move from manual to electronic, you know that there are inherent efficiencies that you get. Now, example is the evaluation process. Now, with the electronic evaluation process, there are aggregation that is being made when all the evaluators submit their input. So the system aggregates all the inputs, and then it makes the formation or the writing of the report easier and faster. This system is also going to be linked with the system of the GRA, so the Ghana Revenue Authority. So it's to ensure that there are exchanges between the system and GRA. So the first thing that it ensures that we check the tax compliance of all suppliers that are taking part in the procurement system. But on the second part, it also gives access to GRA of the contracts that are being won by the suppliers and consultants and contractors to ensure that they are also compliant with their tax payments. So you can imagine that if someone has won a contract of 100 million and they go and declare activity of work of 100,000, that will be quite obvious to the tax authorities. Another part is the fact that I think I already mentioned the integration with Ghaneps, which is also going to ensure fiscal discipline. So to ensure that government entities cannot or will not spend outside their budget allocation. And even when the budget has been allocated, they still need to get commencement certificate from the Ministry of Finance to ensure that that budget that has been allocated to them is available for them to spend at that particular moment.
Government's effort to use digitalization to drive development and give the economy a boost is laudable and must be commended. The process to transform and digitalize public procurement in Ghana is long and challenging, but the Public Procurement Authority is committed and equipped to see it through.